Historical figures and documents, now in Ben. There are many people who lived in the past that are still important today. Some people from long ago are important because they helped the United States become a country. Some wrote documents that are still used today. A document is a piece of paper that has something important written on it. The Constitution is an example of a document from long ago. Let's learn a little bit more about what the Constitution is. The law is set by the rules we live by. The Constitution is the highest law. It belongs to the United States. It belongs to all Americans. The Constitution. The Constitution says how the government works. It creates the presidency. It creates the Congress. It creates the Supreme Court. So everything that governs our country is laid out in the Constitution. The Constitution lists some key rights. Rights are things that all people have just because they are alive. By listing the rights, they are made special. They are made safe. The Bill of Rights is a part of the Constitution. The Bill of Rights lists many rights of the people. The Constitution was written in 1787. Yes, it's over 200 years old. We actually have old copies of what was created. In 1787, a group of men met to write the Constitution. They did not like the way the country was going. They fixed it by creating the Constitution. We call these men the framers. Here's an image of them down here. Some of the framers are very famous. George Washington was a framer. So was Ben Franklin. The framers met in Independence Hall during a hot summer in Philadelphia. They had a lot of arguments. In the end, they agreed to the words in the Constitution. They knew they had to agree. If they did not agree, the fighting would keep going. Here's an image of the Constitution. It starts off with some famous words. We the people, meaning all of us. Here is an image of the Bill of Rights. This is where it lists some of the rights that we have, which is governed by police officers. So we have a right to speech. We have a right to many different things throughout the Bill of Rights. And the police follow the Bill of Rights, but also uphold the Constitution and what we can and cannot do. Now, this week we're going to be reading Now in Ben. We will learn about one of the framers who wrote the Constitution and Bill of Rights. That gentleman's name is Benjamin Franklin. Here's two images of him. His portrait, and then an image that we may see again this week in our story. Benjamin Franklin lived long ago and was a great inventor. He also helped write the important documents we just spoke about. Let's learn a little bit more about his inventions. Here's just a few of the great inventions made by Benjamin Franklin. The odometer, the lightning rod, the harmonica, bifocals, and the Franklin stove. This week, we will read more about Benjamin Franklin to learn about this great historical figure that had a huge part in history with creating many inventions that we still use today or have created better inventions of because of his first invention, as well as a big part in many historical documents such as the Constitution and Bill of Rights. As we read this week, see if you can listen for some of the inventions he created and why Benjamin Franklin is looked at as an important historical figure.